Alright people, we are back. And we're back on the road. This is all about one calling. Of course, I'm calling it solo this time round. JSR now still looking to try and start his road to recovery. Anyway people, here is Rowley. And many of you might have heard, but on the base, many of you might have heard on the base, but Rowley is one of the 5 people that will be cashing in their gamble card. That's of course along with Blazerkin, Randy Lee, Silver, and Vince Ford. For Randy Lee and Silver, they will be competing in an Iron Man match against each other, in which the number of falls but one individual gets will be subtracted from their opponents, and then that will be added to their current entry number. So for example, like I put up on the base, if Silver scored 5 points and Randy Lee scored 2, Silver's number would improve by 3, Randy Lee's would fall by 3, and it also works vice versa. But for Broly, Vince Ford, and Blazerkin, they're playing the 10 factor, meaning but if they win their match, their number improves by 10. Lose the match, their number falls by 10. We already know now that Broly is in this match, as is Zavok. Now, of course, for Zavok, he hasn't played his gamble card, meaning that if he were to win this match, because this is a fatal 4-way match, his number would improve by 3. Of course, if he were to get pinned, his number would fall by 3. Here is Jack Stanbridge. Of course, we saw him make his official return on Melee, in which he laid an assault onto Tazan. But of course, Arbiter was in the ring at the same time, and well, he didn't exactly welcome Jack back in the best way. Clearly, Arbiter's still raging about Jack Stanbridge. There was even a situation that happened at Imagine in which Arbiter pretty much stormed into management and assaulted Jeff Hardy, Rex, and Agumon, and Gabumon as well. Because Arbiter was so outraged at the fact that Jack was allowed back in. Of course, eventually, he was calmed down. Although it was informed to me, but Agumon actually snapped at one point and warp digivolved. Since Jack heard the news, he's actually told me, but he actually feels pretty bad for what's happened. Anyway people, here is Vince Ford. So we've got the 2 people in this match who are using their gamble cards. Vince Ford being one, and Broly being the other. But of course, they have to be the one to take the fall or win the fall for it to have any effect. If Broly and Vince Ford aren't involved in the overall decision, so if Jack were to pin Zavok, or if Zavok were to pin Jack, then both of these 2 would have wasted their gamble card. And remember, you can only use it once. So they better be ready to go in, and Broly straight in for Zavok. Of course, Zavok, one half of Double Z with Zinyak, tag team champions. And of course, we saw them lay an impact onto Preston Pierce and Silver. Silver will be seeing in action later on in a 10-minute Iron Man match against Randy Lee. Preston Pierce, I believe, is on his honeymoon at this point. Oh! Kind of a weird thing, because Austin and Samus never had a honeymoon. Or if they did, I've not been informed of it. You cover it! Oh! Vince Ford kicking out. And Zavok there bringing in another table. Oh yeah, this is a hardcore rules match in case any of you want to wear by the weapons scattered around the ring. So remember, for Rowley and Vince Ford... Oh man! Ah! Through the table! Going for a cover! And only getting a 1 count. Remember, for Rowley and Vince Ford, if one of them wins this, their number improves by 10, because they're using their gamble card. If they were to lose, however, if they were to be the one to take the fall in this, their number will fall by 10. So, if Rowley were to win this match, his number will improve by 10. But if Rowley were to be pinned in this one, his number would fall by 10. And it's also the same for Vince Ford. For Jack Stanbridge and Zavok, its usual rules apply. They have chosen not to cash in their gamble card yet. 5 individuals in the Rumble have. We're seeing 2 of them here. Blazerkin will be seeing in action later. And then Silver and Randy Lee will be in action against each other. Of course, people, on this set of episodes on the road, for those of you who remember Zoloark laying that challenge to Blazerkin, Hitbot Chan, and Mewtwo X, but they have got to win. They've got to win their matches here on the road. If they win them, then they are in to an international title match at Crash and Burn. Decision, but still kind of bewilders me. I've got the worst feeling that Zoloark has planned something. I just can't really figure out what at this point. But of course, for Blazerkin, he's using his gamble card, so for him it will be not just getting into the international title match, not just getting his hands on Zoloark. He might be able to improve his number by 10 should he win. See the strength here of Rowley. Look at Jack Stanbridge here. Nicely done! Missile dropkick to Zavok. Of course, for Zavok, we know the 2 teams that might be challenging him and Zinyak. Well, we certainly, well, for what we do know is that Skywalker and Saborba are out of contention for the tag team gold. Following Saborba's loss in that triple threat match, in which he got pinned by Silver, Skywalker and Saborba out of the race. The Wild Ones and the Preston and Silver, I believe they've now got a name for this here. I believe they call themselves the Flash Knights. At least as far as my memory serves, that's what they've called themselves. But anyway, they are still in contention, as are the Wild Ones. Also, take into consideration, there could be a whole load of other teams that might go for the title. Nicely done there by Rowley. And Rowley with a neck breaker. Man, oh man, Rowley is starting to really dominate this one. Yeah, they are called the Flash Knights. Rowley right now just tearing it up. Nicely done there by Zavok. He takes out Jack Stanbridge. And he manages to destroy that weapon, but that's not going to stop Rowley. He's a weapon in himself. Nicely done there. Just drilled him with that. See, now there's a cover, and it's Jack who immediately makes the stop. Jack Stanbridge now going after Rowley. Not exactly the smartest thing. And now, oh, a backslide! It's the most devastating move in CXWI, but doesn't get Rowley there. Yeah, once again, I've forgotten the name of that slam that Rowley uses. I've now got it up here. It's the Omega Blaster! You see now, here comes an Omega Blaster to Vince Ford. Vince Ford dominates this one. Look at this. Super Saiyan Splash, but Jack's got in the car first. Brody hasn't realised. Jack has just got the win over Zavok. So pretty much Jack. Rowley and Vince Ford weren't involved in the decision, so they stay where they are, and they lost in their chance to really improve their number. Here it was. So Jack Stanbridge has now pretty much allowed Rowley and Vince Ford to waste their gamble card. Here was Rowley was completely ripping shit up. Now the Omega Blaster he hit on Zavok, that pretty much laid him out. He goes after everyone else, and then he turns attention to Vince Ford. Omega Blaster to Vince Ford. Looked for the legendary Saiyan Splash, but in this time, Jack lands the cover first.